Ever wonder how your phone, seems to know if you're doing a perfect yoga pose? Or how a self-driving car sees people and, their movements with such precision? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of real-time human pose estimation and tracking on monocular videos.
That's right. And it's a field that's seen, well, a decade of really remarkable advancements. We're looking at a key review paper here that brings together 68 significant studies from 2014 right up to 2024.
Wow, that's quite a span.
It is, and it's really exceptional work led by PhD student Yining Chen. And, her whole supervisory team from Massey University and the University of Canterbury were involved.
That's great work coming out of New Zealand.
Absolutely. And it even received funding from the Royal Society of New Zealand, specifically through the Rutherford Discovery Fellowship Scheme. It really, I think, highlights the kind of ingenuity needed to get computers to properly, well, see us.
So today our mission for you, our listener, is to sort of unpack the core ideas,
Yeah.
and look at the surprising challenges and the really clever solutions that let computers understand how we move, all from just a single camera, and crucially, in real time. Okay, let's get into it. So maybe to start us off, what exactly are human pose estimation and human pose tracking? And, why should we really care about them?
Okay, good question. So human pose estimation, people often call it HPE. It's basically about identifying body joint positions, things like your elbows or your knees or wrists in either 2D image coordinates or even 3D space.
Right, pinpointing the skeleton almost.
Exactly. And then human pose tracking, or HPT, builds on that. It assigns a unique ID number to each person it sees across the different video frames, so it keeps track of who is who over time.
Ah, okay, so one finds the pose, the other tracks the person having that pose.
Precisely. And these are, well, they're foundational tasks in computer vision. They're crucial for a huge range of applications you might not even realize. Things like making surveillance systems better, helping create animation.
Oh, right, for motion capture.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Also enabling more intuitive ways for us to interact with computers, even things like identifying violence, supporting healthcare analysis, and maybe even reducing crowd accidents.
That's a really broad impact. But
Yeah.
here's where it gets really interesting for you, the listener. Using just one camera, which sounds great, cost effective,
Mm-hmm.
it actually brings in some major challenges, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Huge challenges.
We're talking about things like depth ambiguity. You can't easily tell how far away something is with one camera.
Exactly. And dynamic backgrounds moving all over the place. Occlusions, which is a big one. People blocking your view of other people.
Yeah, like in a crowd.
Right. And motion blur, rapidly changing lights. It's a
Right.
lot. And all of that gets way harder when you need the answers instantly, in real time.
Okay, so how did researchers tackle this? You mentioned a shift.
Yeah, so around 2014, the field saw this really impressive progress with the introduction of deep learning methods. That was a big move away from, let's say, more traditional computer vision techniques.
Right.
And this shift, it used everything from relatively simple neural networks to much more complex convolutional neural networks, CNNs, which are fantastic for image stuff, and even now things like transformers, which are state of the art for processing sequences like video.
And that improved performance dramatically, I
So
assume.
massively. But it also brings up a really important question. How do researchers get that balance between super high accuracy and the really low latency, the speed you need for real-time systems, especially if you want to deploy these things on, say, everyday devices, not just supercomputers?
The classic accuracy versus efficiency trade-off.
Exactly that.
So that balance is precisely what this deep dive explores. Researchers are using some pretty clever strategies, right? Like designing lightweight network architectures.
Hmm. Yeah, basically making the model smaller, faster, but trying hard not to lose too much accuracy in the process. It's tricky.
And what about temporal redundancy? What's that?
Right. So that's the idea that, consecutive frames in a video often look very similar. There's overlap. So instead of processing everything from scratch every single frame, you can reuse features or maybe only fully process certain important keyframes. It saves computation.
Clever. Makes sense. Any other tricks?
Yeah, a few other things. Some approaches try to avoid steps that are computationally really heavy, like generating detailed heat maps, which show where joints are likely to be. Some newer methods skip that. Or they might use things called dilated convolutions. It's a way to let the model see a wider area without adding a ton of extra calculation.
So lots of different tactics to make it fast and good.
Pretty much, yeah. Constant innovation.
So, okay, what does this all mean for us? What's the big picture? This deep dive really shows us how researchers are just constantly pushing the boundaries, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Making real-time human pose estimation and tracking from single cameras, well, both incredibly precise and incredibly fast.
Yeah, it's a field that's really driven by this need to understand human movement in a very dynamic, complex world.
Right.
And I think the core takeaway really is the sheer ingenuity involved,
Yeah.
optimizing these really complex systems so they can run efficiently on, well, everything from powerful GPUs, graphics cards, down to standard CPUs and laptops and even mobile devices in your pocket.
It's about making smarter, faster models that can genuinely interpret the world and, importantly, the people moving within it. So
Exactly.
for you, our listener, maybe think about how this technology will just continue to transform how we interact with machines. And, maybe more profoundly, how machines understand our every move. What surprising new applications might pop up next now that this kind of real-time perception is getting so good and so accessible.
Good question to ponder.
It really feels like just the beginning of understanding this intricate dance between humans and machines.